Some of the most unsettling psychological experiments did not end when the studies were shut down. They simply changed form. The data was collected, the conclusions were written down, and then the knowledge moved quietly into places where it could be used without questions. What researchers learned was not just how the mind breaks, but how it adapts. Under the right conditions, people can normalize almost anything. Fear becomes routine. Surveillance becomes safety. Control becomes structure. The human brain is incredibly good at adjusting to environments, even when those environments slowly reduce freedom. One experiment revealed something deeply disturbing. When people are exposed to constant low-level stress, they stop noticing it. The mind recalibrates. What once felt unacceptable becomes baseline. This is why extreme situations rarely feel extreme to the people living inside them. The brain's priority is stability, not truth. Another set of studies focused on repetition. Participants were exposed to the same ideas, images, or statements over and over again, not aggressively, casually, quietly. Over time, familiarity replaced skepticism. The brain interpreted repetition as reliability. The more often something was encountered, the less mental energy was spent questioning it. Truth became a feeling, not a fact. This principle is still active everywhere today. The mind is not designed to evaluate every piece of information equally. It filters, it prioritizes, it conserves energy, and repeated exposure bypasses critical thinking faster than logic ever could. There were also experiments that explored learned helplessness. Subjects were placed in situations where their actions had no effect on outcomes. At first, they resisted. They tried different strategies. Eventually, they stopped trying altogether. Even when escape became possible, many no longer attempted it. Their brains had learned that effort was pointless. This discovery reshaped how psychologists understood motivation. It revealed that passivity is not laziness, it is adaptation. When the mind concludes that control is an illusion, it shuts down initiative to avoid frustration. This has terrifying implications when applied at scale. Some experiments focused on memory. Not how memories are formed, but how they are altered. Participants were shown how easily false memories could be implanted simply by suggestion. Details were added, context was changed, confidence replaced accuracy. The brain filled gaps without resistance, and once a memory felt real, it became untouchable. Memory, it turned out, is not a recording, it is reconstruction. Every recall slightly rewrites it. This means identity itself is fluid. The stories people tell about themselves are constantly edited, often without awareness. Control memory, and you influence identity. Perhaps the most ethically troubling discoveries involved group dynamics. When individuals were placed in groups with strong shared beliefs, personal responsibility dissolved. The brain transferred accountability to the collective. Harmful actions felt justified because no single person felt fully responsible. Morality became distributed, diluted. These findings were not theoretical. They were tested, measured, and confirmed, and then they were quietly applied. Training programs, media structures, organizational hierarchies. None of this required mind control in the dramatic sense. It only required understanding how the mind naturally behaves under pressure. What makes this knowledge dangerous is how subtle it is. There is no single moment where control is obvious. No clear line where autonomy disappears. Instead, it erodes. Slowly, comfortably. The brain prefers predictability over freedom. Familiar discomfort over uncertain change. Modern environments amplify these mechanisms. Constant stimulation prevents deep reflection. Endless choices exhaust decision-making. Social validation replaces internal judgment. The mind adapts by simplifying, by delegating, by following patterns instead of questioning them. The unsettling truth is that most people do not feel controlled. They feel normal, because the brain equates normal with safe, and safety is the highest priority. These experiments did not create new ways to manipulate humans. They revealed how manipulation aligns with existing mental shortcuts. Shortcuts designed to conserve energy, avoid pain, and maintain stability. Awareness helps, but it does not grant immunity. Knowing how the mind works does not stop it from working that way. The real danger is not control itself, but invisibility. When influence feels natural, it goes unchallenged. When pressure feels ordinary, it becomes permanent. And when choice feels effortless, it is often already guided. The human mind is not weak, it is efficient. But efficiency has a cost. And the experiments that uncovered this truth are reminders of how easily that cost is ignored. The question is no longer whether these mechanisms exist. The question is whether we are willing to notice them while they are happening, or only after they have shaped who we become.